So anyway, hello and welcome to the Thursday Q&A where we answer your questions about film and TV and media and like the film industry and video marketing and stuff like that. I am Mike, the head producer here at Envy.
I'm Tim, I'm one of the producers and the editor here at Envy.
I'm Jackie and I'm an actress.
Yes, so Jackie is one of our actresses here at Envy, and because we always try to have somebody else on the show, and we always try to have a acting related question or just a question that Tim and I can't really answer.
Well, thanks for having me today.
Of course.
We couldn't do it without you. Maybe we should address what's before.
Oh yeah, so
so
in case you're wondering what all these things are, we're doing a commercial. Oh, I forgot the mic's here, so they can't hear me when I'm talking back here.
Hello.
So we're doing a commercial for a Bitcoin mining farm, and basically we needed to. They're a startup, so we need to build the set, and we had to basically make it look like a Bitcoin mining farm. There's 3 racks right here, and then you can't see them, but there's more racks over there. And we rented out a warehouse, and we had to bring the racks in, and basically we just lined them up so they looked like a Bitcoin mining farm.
And now they live in our coffee shop until we.
Now they live in our coffee shop until the client
until the lights die.
Gives approval. Yeah, like we're actually pretty impressed by how long the lights have been lasting on there. All right, so let's just dive right in.
Yeah.
Now that we got the elephant.
Yeah.
Or
The
elephants, I guess. 3 elephants. Yeah.
All right. So first question comes from William in New York. Hello, William.
Hey, William.
Do I need to invest in a lens package for my project? I want it to look cinematic. Short answer, no. No, you don't need to invest in a lens package for your cinematic film project. So, you know, there is a wide range of lenses or lens packages or, ways to shoot your project to make it look cinematic. So I guess from like the very low end, if you have an iPhone, really, to make something, I guess, seem cinematic and rather than look cinematic is good audio. Just make sure, before lighting, before camera, make sure you invest in good audio. Even if your lighting is great and your camera quality is great and everything is super cinematic, but you have bad audio, that really takes people out of the whole thing. But say you have good audio, say you have good lighting, and you're just talking about lenses, like your question says. So say from low end, if you have an iPhone, maybe invest in like, what are those, Olo clips?
Yeah, Olo, I don't know how
so like invest in like maybe another lens. They have a couple anamorphic adapters now that makes it look really cinematic. Moving up to like DSLRs or something. A nifty 50 is a really good way to go. What are they? They're like $150.
Yeah,
right?
they're pretty cheap.
Like the plastic 50 millimeter
Canon
Canon makes you have really good bokeh and depth of field.
Yep.
It's really great for cinematic. The lens itself, when it's focusing, and it's really noisy, so as long as you don't have on-camera audio, then it's really good. And then, or just getting like, even some, like we use a 35 millimeter Tamron Prime that's 1.8. And that's really, really good. That's our favorite lens. And then moving up, if you have like the cinema cameras, like we're shooting on a C100 right now. But yeah, I mean, you can pretty much get away with like DSLR lenses unless you really, really need like a cine lens. And even if then, you might want to look into things like the Xeen, like the Rokinon Xeen cine lenses, where like I think you can get a Xeen cine lens for like under a couple $1,000, whereas if you bought a whole lens package, it would cost probably that much.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say too, when it comes to like film look, we've kind of talked about this on the stream before, but like the lens is only part of it. Obviously you mentioned the audio, but just talking about the picture part of it, shooting 24 frames a second gives you that kind of film, romantic film movement, that's not like your standard 30 frames. But I was even going to say too, something that saved footage I've shot in the past is just a good color correction and even a film look. Like if you've got the Final Cut Pro film looks, or if you can afford something like Magic Bullet, there's tons of cinema looks in there that will very much heighten the look or the aesthetic. Yeah, exactly. Or if you can get you grab DaVinci Resolve and learn that,
which is free.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah. So there's a lot of options, and again, we always like to toot the YouTube horn, which we're live on right now. There's so many resources to like post-production, fix your footage, even if you didn't shoot it with any of these lenses, you can make it look a lot better and more filmic or cinematic.
Having a good DP.
Yeah, somebody who shoots well.
With a good
awesome
eye,
yeah.
like you can do a lot with what frames you have.
Yeah. I guess also just like try to hone your craft, or get a DP.
Be good at shooting. Yeah.
Practice.
All right. So next question. Well, thank you, William, for that.
Thanks.
Next question is from Delia.
Yeah, Delia.
Delia in Leeds, UK.
Thank you, Delia.
This is, how do you balance personal life and day jobs while pursuing your career in acting? And that's
going to
That's
Jackie.
for me.
That's over to Jackie.
Well, it's just a good thing in life in general to learn to balance, whether you're an actor or a director or editor. It's not your typical type of day job. And so for me, it's really important every day to prioritize, and realizing that not only do you have to prioritize your career and making sure that you're taking steps every day towards your goals and what you want to accomplish, but doing the same thing with your personal relationships and with yourself in general, making sure you're taking time to take care of your body, which as an actor is your instrument, eat healthy, exercise, meditate, and making sure that, pick up the phone and call a friend, ask them to hang out, or just have meaningful conversations. We were talking about how with acting, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, and you can't just go because you're going to burn out. You have to have a support team emotionally of people around you. And I know for some people in LA, especially, it can be really hard. When you're going from job to job, set to set, audition to audition, you're not surrounded by the same people day in and day out. I know we have a different situation here, which is really nice. So finding groups of people that are like-minded.
It's like family.
Community.
You got to build your own community, and it takes effort just as much as going out to auditions and honing your craft takes effort. So I think it's important to find a day job that can sustain you so you can freely pursue your craft and not have to worry about the long term, how am I going to pay rent? And that can take time on its own too. Obviously, if you have unlimited resources, go for it. If you have someone supporting you with money, go for it. There's nothing to hold you back. But for most of us, that's not a reality.
Right.
And that's why it is really a marathon. So every day, checking in with your daily goals. I have a little Post-it note in my car that's do something every day, to go towards your dreams, to serve your mind, your body, your spirit, and your family, and just your loved ones in general, because there's people that aren't your family that are your loved ones. And so I try to do that. Obviously not perfect. Obviously fall short.
Nobody is.
Except
for Tim.
I was
some days are more work related, some days are more relaxing related. But Hollywood does tend to run on a Monday through Friday schedule. So there are ways to honor yourself and take the vacation. Don't worry if you're putting in that daily work of showing up. It's not going to fall apart because you didn't take the one audition to go. For me, I have a bachelorette party this weekend. You gotta take time to do that because it's as important.
Self-care.
Yeah.
Doing your thing.
So I hope that helps.
And on the other side is, I can't talk about acting, but I can talk about behind the camera. You just gotta keep pushing and keep doing your stuff. Before Envy got to the point where it was my career and I could sustain my living doing film production. I worked 9 to 5 every day for 5.5 years, and so I was doing Envy stuff on nights and weekends, and these guys can attest for that. And then so it was really weird, starting to do film stuff from 9 to 5 because I was the industry, because when I was shooting, it was like, oh, the industry, you know, shoots on nights and weekends as well. And then when I started shooting on 9 to 5, I was like, no, nobody does that.
Yeah.
Like when they're doing film stuff or whatever full time, it's pretty much 9 to 5. It's like a normal job.
Some of the crew gets a little shafted, for sure. But they try as much as they can. Like, I don't get called in on auditions on weekends for the most part. Unless it's, you know, maybe that's not the project you want to take. If that's what they're calling you in for.
Right.
But yeah, you have to find like the small victories in all of that and small milestones. Like this year has been progress, and it's all about progress, not perfection. If you expect like you're gonna book a big movie right out of the gate, like maybe just try and find a really good acting class. Like that's a good thing, and keep going from there.
Keep going.
All right, so let's go to our last question, finish up here. So this is from Valeria in Clarksville, Tennessee. Hello, Valeria.
Hello.
So her question is, what are your favorite types of commercials to shoot? I'm going to think. You can go first, Jackie. And then,
for me?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
My favorite ones are where I get to eat food. I mean, that's, at least if it's food that I like.
Yeah.
Those are really fun.
But
Also,
not too many takes, right? Because like there are commercials.
Yeah.
I
You'll get
know
sick
where,
of the food
like
eventually,
where we've done it where it's like, oh, here's a piece
Yeah.
of toast, Jackie, but we have like 10 more pieces of the same
Yeah.
toast, and it's like every one you have to do.
Yeah, you know,
a
it's
bite.
it's a delicate balance. I also like when we get to go outside. That's always fun, just because I like being outside, like a different
Oh, like the
situation.
like in the woods
Like the
and stuff.
Joy and
like,
Joe, yeah, or the shower, the outdoor
oh
shower
yeah,
one.
or like the it was like a water bottle where you had to like run in the
Running,
woods.
yeah. I like those ones. They're just like really cinematic. It's fun. It gets you out of the studio. It's a little less repetitive. And also, I really like the funny ones. They're always just more fun for me. You don't get as many. At least I don't.
Yeah.
I'd have to say my favorite commercials. It's like a love and hate relationship. My favorite commercials are the ones where I get to use the gimbal for like almost everything.
Yeah.
Because like we have a DJI Ronin, I think it's just Ronin M.
Yep.
And you know, and we put the camera on there. Like you get the best looking shots. You get the
Like
most
butter.
cinematic.
They look great.
Like all the shots look expensive. But you know, we have our C100 and we put that on there. Pretty much, we take everything off of it because we have to make it really bare bones. So it weighs about 15 or 20 pounds when you're holding it, and we don't have one of those cool.
Yeah, and that may not seem
backpacks.
like a lot. Like
But when you're holding it,
projecting
Yeah.
you're holding it out like this.
Your forearms.
Yeah,
Are toast.
like it's actually like this muscle
it's like in
right
here.
here.
It's like it's because you're like
It's
holding it up.
leveraging, yeah.
Yeah,
against your
it's like the
elbow.
tendon, and so
brutal.
But it's a love and hate because after a while, and the actors will attest for this. You know, I start like if they're not getting the line, and I have to do the same move, like
Just a little
you know,
grumpy.
if I have to do the same move over and over, and then you know, cut, okay, again, then. My arms start getting really tired. I start getting grumpy, and I start like yelling at the actors, like, "Come on, come on!"
Yeah.
My arms can only last for so long.
It's hard to act happy when you're getting yelled at. Too.
Yeah, but it's
Can
a
you
love.
blame the guy?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
love-hate relationship because the videos always turn out great. They always look expensive, but you know, it's just a lot of work.
Yeah, I think my favorite ones are like, it's kind of twofold. I love the ones, especially more lately, we've been trying to do stuff with like minor visual effects and things like that. I love when there's like, I'll read the script and it'll be like, I mean, even simple things like, oh, the computer screens and stuff like that, we'll digitally add those. So that's always fun to just try to hone the skills more and like make things more invisible in the sense that you don't know that it's digital. And then kind of what Jackie was saying, I love the ones that are funny, like more sketch-based commercials where it's like there's going to be a couple jokes and a punchline and maybe a product or a brand or something like that. Those are my favorites because cutting those together, it feels probably the most cinematic or like, yeah, television style, like getting to make just a little individual sketch that's also promotional. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and Tim with those especially, he's like the visual effects supervisor when it comes to those, and he has to kind of tone me down sometimes because you know we'll have something
It's like
where
we realistically can't do
yeah where I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna like swoop in and blah blah blah, and so Tim, let's have you put a bunch of stuff right here. He'll be like, no, how about you just move from left to right, and then that
I like a challenge, but like, come
Yeah.
on, eventually, look. Visual effects are great, but they've got to work. You know, they got to get it done.
I mean, that's why Jurassic Park looks so great because they use
They planned it all out. They know what's up.
the puppets.
All right, guys. Well, those are the questions for today. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching after the live stream. If you're not familiar, we do this live stream every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we answer your questions like film, TV, media, film industry, acting, video marketing, stuff like that. So just as always, make sure I'm not sure where it is. It's like
somewhere,
subscribe. Right here, or watch more videos, right here. And we will see you next Thursday.
Take care.
Bye.